What's up? How are you feeling tonight? All right, last demo of the night. Whenever I travel, I like to bring a little audio recorder with me. I'll record all sorts of random, everyday stuff, but then it becomes full of memory and meaning, and I love to use it to tell stories. What you're hearing is the sound of the ocean. It's 2022, and I was visiting Vancouver, exploring the beach with someone I love. I wanted to capture the joy and longing of this moment. And when I came home, I started writing music on top of it. I was feeling super nostalgic looking back on the trip, so the first thing I wrote was slow and melancholic. But I also wanted the piece to have a lot of movement. So one way you can do this is by introducing rhythmic elements, like this second melody and drums. Together, they help create a sense of time passing, kind of like bits of sand falling down an hourglass. I also wanted the piece to have a lot of warmth, so I played soft chords on a synthesizer, fading in and out like ocean waves. I want you to feel what I felt on this trip, visiting someone I love, exploring the city together, and making memories we'd never forget. When I first wrote this piece, it felt special, but I didn't share it with anyone. I've been writing music for 6 years and dreamt about becoming a music artist. But none of the things I wrote were just good enough to release. So I kept writing and I kept waiting until the girl I was dating at the time said she would break up with me if I didn't start releasing my music. So I was like, you know what? I'll give this piece another chance. So I exported it and then re-imported it into my audio software. This is called sampling. Then I applied an effect called warp, and this is what I heard. What warping a sample does is it stretches it in time and slows it down. And the way that the music software tries to fill in the gaps introduces all these really interesting glitches and artifacts. I love writing something I've never heard before. And if you were to listen to this for the first time, you wouldn't be able to tell what it was. This is Beep Boop, my first single released in 2023. When I first started writing my music, I wanted to find a way to promote it, so I live streamed on Twitch and YouTube. And the next piece came as something that I improvised during one of my live streams. If you listen to dance music, you'll know that there's a lot of repetitive elements that create a hypnotic feeling. That's what this reminded me of. By this point, it was fall 2023. I was living in Montreal and rented a small studio apartment. It was the first time I felt like I had a home outside of my parents' house. So I recorded a lot of things around the place, like the rainfall on the balcony. I wanted this new piece to have a warm and cozy atmosphere. That's how my apartment felt. I wanted it to be a place to weather all storms in life. This is River of Life. I released it on my first EP in 2024. And there's a recording in this piece that all the Waterloo kids should recognize. See if you can hear it, it's coming up. It's the Iron Train. I visited Waterloo a lot while studying in Toronto, so I had a lot of memories. I'd like to fast forward to today. I'm now living in Vancouver, and a few months ago, a close friend of mine introduced me to one of her favorite pieces of art. It's called The Pendulum. It lives inside of a downtown office building, and when I first met the pendulum, I noticed the sound it made was like breathing. One of the things this friend taught me is that everybody's an artist. Your life is your artwork. So I was inspired to write something that would have a lot of life and a lot of movement. I looked to my unreleased demos and got really excited about something from 2022. This is what it sounds like. This just has such an interesting rhythm and atmosphere. I thought it had the momentum I needed, so I sampled it in the second half of my piece. Then, to add structure, I wrote a chord progression and introduced some rhythm. A lot of my music journey has been about learning to appreciate work in progress, from recycling old work to sharing rough drafts on YouTube. There's a lot of life that you can find by looking to the past, and oftentimes, the most inspiring things are imperfect.